Hello, I'm Stephanie, and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to be showing you tree pose and all the different variations you can take with tree pose. So for starters, we're just going to start with the very basic tree pose. So you begin in mountain pose, toes spread, and feet are hip-width distance apart, toes are spread for stability, and your bottom is down, your belly is in, your shoulders are rolled away from your ears, and you're standing nice and tall. So typically, teachers will have you have your hands at your heart center. And then you'll begin to shift your weight, depending on which side of the tree you're going to build, onto your stabilizing leg. So we're going to go to my left side. So I'm spreading my toes really wide. I'm going to start shifting my weight over to my left side just a little bit. I'm not popping my hip out. I'm just making sure my hip is nice and straight with my leg. And as I begin to put weight in that leg, I'm going to bring up my right leg. So maybe you're feeling a little wobbly. One of the things that can really help you in any balancing pose, but in tree pose, is to find a gazing focal point ahead to look at. So just a spot on the wall or on the floor, wherever you're looking, finding one spot. And that's what I love about these balancing poses, because they force us to be present in our bodies, and it's beautiful. So you can also, if that's not helping, have a piece of furniture, which is why I put this chair here, just to kind of show what I would do if if my equilibrium was off and I just didn't have that balance just yet in my body. So you can have your hands at your heart center or at a piece of furniture. Bring your foot up. So this is called a kickstand tree, where your toes are on the floor and your heel is up, supporting on your ankle or your shin right there. And that's a beautiful tree. You can bring it a little bit higher, and this is where we really start to use our balance, and you can bring it to your shin or your calf. And then you really have to focus. I'm really focusing right now because I'm talking to you and doing this at the same time. So I'm multitasking, and so I'm getting a little wobbly. The next thing you can do, and I usually need to bring my hands and get my hands involved. But once I can pull my leg up, and then I can press my thigh and my foot together. And then this is about as high as you can go with tree. And then making sure that hip isn't bumped out. And it really helps to squeeze your glutes. So my glutes are engaged, my core is engaged, my shoulders are rolled back and away. I'm staring at a focal point, and my hands are at my heart or on something to help me balance, something to support. And then once you begin to build up that balance and build that confidence in tree, you can begin to grow your tree. So you can bring your arms up, and then you can even bring your arms wide. And then I've seen some pretty cool stuff in tree where other people have been able to even do back bends. So you bring your balance and your gaze forward, and you start bending back. We don't need to get that deep into it today, but that is an option if you want to take your practice even deeper. So bringing my leg down, there's another challenge to tree if you want to take an extra challenge. So we're going to start, again, everything starts by building up that foundation and that base and stability. And I'm going to bend my knee just a little bit, just a micro bend. I'm going to use my hand to help my leg get up here. I'm going to bring my ankle and my shin across my thigh. And this is another version. I'm kind of squatting like I'm sitting in chair pose a little bit. And then from here, you can even bend forward. I'm losing my balance because I'm not focusing. Yeah, this one is quite challenging, but if you're looking to advance your tree pose, you can do this as well. Now I want to show you a modified tree pose. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. and bring my smaller chair over here. So maybe you're like, well, I sit all day for work, or maybe you sit all the time for whatever reason, and you still want to be able to do tree. Well, you absolutely can. So sitting straight up in your chair, try to keep your back away from your chair if you can, just to kind of work on that core engagement and using your core for stability and to work out your abs. Create a base with one of your feet. So I'm going to create a base just like I did on the mat standing up with my right foot. And then with the help of my hands, I'm going to bring my left foot up. And I'm going to put my shin or my ankle across and rest it on my thigh. And here you go. You can take it here and you can grow your tree up. You can open your branches and you can sway. Or you can even take that deep pose that I just showed you because our shin is crossing over our thigh. And you can go a little bit deeper, keeping a nice straight spine and bringing your belly over your thigh. Gaze down. And you can even bring your arms with your palms out like this. Just different ways, different variations that you can take this pose. I love tree pose. I like all balancing poses, even when I fall out of them. I try not to take myself too seriously, and I encourage you not to take yourself too seriously as well. Balancing poses are such great poses. It's so hard to stay present, isn't it? Even yogis and yoga teachers, we struggle to stay present. It's constant work. And what I love about balancing poses is they help us. They force us to stay present. We have focus in front of us, and we're just focusing on that moment in our bodies to find balance. And it's just a beautiful metaphor for these poses. And tree pose really creates a nice grounding effect. It creates stability. It's a really good grounding pose. And it's calming. It really is. Just once you find that balance, I personally sometimes can just sit in tree pose forever. It's one of my poses. It's one of my favorite poses. And I really enjoy it. And I hope after today you enjoy it as well. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to comment below or send me a direct message anytime. I would love to help you. You have a wonderful day. Bye.